Hello students, hope you all are well. Let us start our next video, that is third video on the basis of elements of accounts standard 11 part 1. Students, before starting this today's video, just I want to remind you what I taught from the previous video, or what I taught yesterday from video number 2. Just I want to repeat today, after that I will say. Yesterday what I told, that is the two things, why we will keep the records and how we will keep the records. Why we will keep the records, that I told, because our memory capacity is not that much, having that capacity level that you cannot store all the things at any time. You cannot take the past information from your memory. For that you have to keep the record, means you have to write somewhere from where you can get the information at any time, either in the computer or in the notebook or in somewhere. How to keep, that I did not tell you, but I told that different persons are keeping in different method, like your mother, or a vegetable seller, or a fruit seller, or a cloth seller, or a small scale business organizations, or a medium scale business organizations, or large scale business organizations. Think is like that. So many persons are doing business, so many persons are keeping their accounts according to their own method. But all the methods are not accepted by AICPA. One organization is there in America. It is a full form of American Institute of Certified Public Accountant. AICPA, an organization or an institution. In this institution, it is explained how to keep these accounts. So what way your mother is keeping or a vegetable seller is keeping the accounts, that is not accepted by AICPA. But in case of a large scale organizations like the Tata, Birla, Goenka, Mafatlal, Reliance, how they are keeping the accounts? They are keeping the accounts according to that method, whatever it is given by that AICPA, that they are following, and that is accepted. That only it is given in this book 11 standard, 2 books, part 1 as well as the part 2. 12 standard also you are having the 2 books, part 1 as well as the part 2. This is the things what I taught yesterday. Now today, what I am going to tell you today, certain part from your theoretical part of your books, but question is there, whatever it is given in chapter 1. Chapter 1 totally is based on theoretical. I have seen that one. All these points, whatever it is given in chapter 1, if I explain in details, you will feel little difficult to understand until and unless if you are not able to do some practical sums. But practical sums, it is started from the second chapter end or third chapter beginning. What I will do, how much is required at present to do the practical sums, or to know the practical sums, that much theoretical part from chapter 1 I will explain now. After that, slowly I will go to the practical sides, and when practical side I will reach certain part, once again I will complete this one, the remaining part, or there only I will explain that remaining part from chapter 1. Till yesterday what I told you, that is definitions. Page number 2, the point number 2, that I explained the definitions of accounting. Today I want to say the page number 2, the third point, which is called the characteristics of the accounting. Then fourth point of page number 4, objectives of accounting. Then fifth point or page number 5, advantage of accounting. Then sixth point or page number 6 is limitations of accounting. This I will teach today, totally based on theoretical. After that, slowly we will go to the practical sides. When you start doing the practical, you will get more interest to do that one. Or after knowing few part or certain part from the practical sides, then theoretical also you will get more interest to know. Come to the point, page number 2, the point number 3, characteristics of accounting. There are the total, you are having 7 points. The characteristics of accounting I am explaining in my own language. That will follow my video. At the same time, you will start read the points all at your home. First point, the financial transactions. Financial characteristics or the financial transactions. What is called transactions? That point also I have to explain in details, that let the time come. But financial transactions or the financial characteristics means that businessmen, what they are doing early in the morning, they are opening the shop, then they are doing the puja and they started doing the buying and selling work. This buying and selling, the two things are there. One is called the buying and second is called the selling. That is called purchase and sales. This buying and selling work, it should be measured in terms of money. It should be measured in terms of money means, I sold goods. You cannot say like that. I sold goods of rupees 2000. I sold goods of rupees 3000. Whatever you have done, that monetary value should be there. That is called that financial characteristics. It should be measured in terms of money. You have purchased goods. I purchased a pen. It is incomplete sentence according to this accountancy's views. I purchased a pen of cost of rupees 5. This cost of rupees 5 means the value of the transaction is 5. That is called monetary value of this transaction is 5. That is called the financial characteristics. It should be. So each transaction, it should be measured in terms of money. Matlab, each transaction financial characteristics should be there. Money is as a medium of exchange. What you are buying, you have to pay the money. If you are selling, you have to get the money. This is called exchange. Whenever you are buying, that time you are giving the money. Whenever you are selling, that time you are getting the money. So money is a media or the exchange of media. That is called medium of exchange. Goods, what you are going to buy, or goods, what you are going to sell, the media or the exchange through money. For that it is called money as a medium of exchange. Third point, classifications and analysis of transactions. I told that one, that how will keep a record. Different persons are keeping their record according to their own method. But you cannot keep the method, keep the accounts according to your own method. It should be kept in such a way that all these inquiries or the question if it is coming, that you should give the answer. Classification means that the different type of transactions will come. After doing the transaction, you have to classify. This is one type of transaction, keep it there. This is another type of according to their nature or according to your demand or according to their money or whatever the way you have to classify. You have to classify them on the basis of certain part. You have to give the accounts in such a way at any time without taking time. You have to give the answer. Classification means you have to classify. Interpreting the transactions, only you are keeping the accounts, it is not enough. After keeping the accounts, at last you have to keep the accounts in such a way that you should get the result or you should know actually what you are doing in the business. Everyone knows what you are doing in the business. In the business you are buying and you are selling the goods. That everyone knows. But at last, what is the result of that of buying and selling? Means whether your business is getting a profit or a business is getting a loss, that you should know. How will you know? You have to keep the accounts in such a way that in very easy way you can identify whether your business is getting profit or getting loss. That is called interpreting of the transactions. Quantitative of information, the information is recorded in accounts each in the monetary form, so the information is known as quantitative. Matlab, certain quantitative information should be there. How much? Either may be in form of the money or it may be the quantity. If it is a goods, then how many kilograms? If it is a liquid, the how many liters? If it is a numbers, how many pens? Like that. Economics decisions. How you are keeping the accounts on the basis of that, so many things are depending on that. I told you, sometimes you have to take the decision immediately, prompt decision. How will you take the decision? Yes or no, you have to say. Sir, your notebook will tell you that it is yes or no. So, certain time it happens that you have to take the decision, which is called the economic decision. And you have to keep the accounts in such a way that economic decision you have to take in very easy way. Historical informations. Actually, what you have done yesterday or day before yesterday, that you are going to write today. Past informations, historical informations. Past 5 years before, how much your total sale was there. Now, on the basis of that, you have to take a decision whether your sale was increased or decreased. So, past information is most important. On the basis of past information, the present decision, you will be able to take the present decision. Without knowing the information, without knowing the past information, the present decision it will be very difficult to take. So, to take the present decision, past information is required. That is called historical information. Next is coming the page number 4, objective of accounting. What is the main objective out there? You will find out that there are the objective, total 9 points are there. The next point will come advantage. Few of the points in objective are common with the advantage. What is that objective? Why you are going to keep? That is going to keep the record or the accounts. There are 9 points are there. Point number 1, permanent record. I told that your memory capacity is not having that much capacity that you can keep all the things in your memory. So a permanent accounts you have to keep at any time whenever it is required, that I can get it from your notebook. So it is called the permanent accounts or the permanent records you are keeping. Point number 2, to know the effect of each transaction. It is not that transaction number 1 is no need to write, transaction number 3 you write, or transaction number 5 you write, transaction number 7 no need to write, not like that. Each and every transaction, if it is a cost or the monetary value of this transaction is 1 rupee or it is 1 lakh, both are same. You do not neglect that 1 rupee transaction no need to write, not like that. Each and every transaction, whether it is monetary value, it is less or more, or it is a purchase transaction, or it is a sales transaction, or it is an income transaction, or it is an expense transaction, whatever it is there, each transaction you have to give the importance or you have to write it. To the influence factor, the information of the factor affecting profit or loss. I told you that net result or the net purpose, main purpose to keep the accounts to know what is going on in the business. By physically, if you see the business, you cannot identify what is going on in the business. Notebook will tell you, while you keep the record will tell you what is going on in the business if you are keeping your record correct way. So inflation factor is depending on that. To determine the tax liability, you know that one. Every citizen having the liability to pay the tax. Either whatever the income you are earning, either maybe the doing service or doing business, or whatever way you are earning the money, on the basis of your income, you have to pay the tax to the government. How much you have to pay the tax to the government? That is, so many rules are there, that will come to afterwards. We are paying the tax, businessmen also paying the tax. So if you are not keeping the accounts, you will not be able to understand how much tax you have to pay, or how much income you have earned. If you do not know how much is your total income, you cannot identify how much you have to pay the tax. To know the quantum of the size of the payable, sometimes you have to do the transaction on credit. You know that two types of transactions are there, that will come afterwards in details. One is cash transaction and there is the credit transactions. Cash transaction means payment is done within the then and there, on the spot. Credit transaction means payment will be done afterwards. Udar, credit transactions. So credit transactions, whenever you are buying, it may be credit. Whenever you are selling, it may be also credit. If you are buying the goods on credit, you have to pay the money afterwards. If you are selling the goods on credit, you have to get the money afterwards. Am I correct? If you are buying, you have to pay the money. If you are selling, you have to get the money. Sometimes it may happen, from whom you are going to buy, you told that I will pay the money after a month or after 2 months. Or it may happen, to whom you sold the goods, he told that I will pay the money after a month or 2. So you have to write somewhere that I have purchased the goods from Mr. X, I have to pay the money after a month. Or I have sold the goods to Mr. Y, I will receive the money afterwards. So if you are not writing, then how you will remember that how much money you have to pay to Mr. X, or how much money you have to receive from Mr. Y. That is the 2 points are there. To know the quantum of payable, कितना पैसा देना है वो हमको पता चलेगा. To know the quantum of receivable, how much पैसा लेना है. Payable मतलब how much you have to pay. Receivable मतलब how much you have to receive. From whom? To whom you sold goods on credit. To measure the profitability of the business, the significant object of accounts is to measure the earned profit or incurred loss for respective period. Particular one last year or previous 6 months, how much your business got profit or how much your business got loss, that also you will able to understand. To know the economic status of the business. You are doing business, everyone knows. Maybe you are getting the profit, that also everyone knows. But what is your position, status in the business? All of you know the Reliance position is very good position, status is very high. Tata status is very high. Like that, ABC, one Faltu company whose status is not high, it has gone down. In the market, you might have seen that so many persons are doing business, but all the businessmen are not running their business in smoothly. All are not getting the maximum profit. Few are getting profit, few are getting maybe loss. Those who are getting loss, their financial status is below, low. Those who are getting profit, their positions in this business is high. So what is your position? What is your position means? Where do you stand? Where do you stand means not on the floor. Where do you stand means where is your positions in the market compared to the other businessmen. It's called, that is your position. That also will come to know from your accounts. To detect the avoid the errors. Sometimes some mistakes or some errors if it is coming, that also you can identify and you can rectify some mistakes. If you are keeping the accounts, the sum of the mistake, if it is there, that will be automatically identified and it may be correct. Point number 5 of page number 5, advantage. What is the advantages of the accounting? How, if you keep the accounts, what is the benefit? That is called advantage. Obviously, you know that one. There are so many benefits are there. For only we are keeping the accounts. No. If benefit is not there, then why shall I keep the accounts? Without accounts, you cannot step a single step forward. Accounts, it is required. What is the first point? the first point it is given the availability of accounting information related to the accounts. Suppose a question is coming, tell me how much last 5 years or in the first year, how much total goods I sold on credit. Suppose one question is coming, how much total goods sold on credit in the first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, tell me. I am a class teacher of 12th standard. If my principal tells me that, Arun sir, please tell me that who got the first rank, second rank, third rank, fourth rank and fifth rank in the last exam, please tell me. So my boss is telling I am keeping the accounts, means result of the 12th standard. If I do not keep the result of 12th standard, I cannot tell the answer. So I am having the result. Just I will say, sir, please give me 1 minute time. Immediately I will open that one result and I will find out. So Mr. A was the first, Mr. B was the second, Mr. C was the third, like that. Similarly, if you keep the accounts, then by seeing the accounts you can give the answer. Sir, first year 20,000 goods we sold on credit, second year 30,000 goods sold on credit, third year it became reduced 25,000 and fourth year, fifth year, like that you can say. So how will you be able to say? By seeing your record. If you do not have your record, you cannot tell. So record is required. So accounting information related to the accounts, whatever the information you have to write, if you are keeping in a systematic way, that word you have to keep in mind, systematic way. Haphazardly you cannot keep. If you are keeping the haphazardly, then immediately you cannot give the answer. You have to search that where it is kept and which way it is kept to know the profitability. Obviously, businessmen, they are keeping the accounts. Only one purpose is there to get the profit. How much they are getting profit? That depends on which way they are running the business. Maybe more or less. But without keeping the accounts, you cannot know how much profit you have earned or you have not earned, or how much loss you got it. To know the financial status. This is the third point, and previous fourth point and the last point. Page number 4, fourth point and last point, to know the economic status of the business. And page number 5, the fifth point and the third point, to know the financial status are same. I already explained from the previous point. What is the positions of your business? Where do you stand? In which place you stand? Is it your correct place or not? Whether you have to improve or not. These all information, if you want to know without keeping the accounts, it is not possible. Tax planning, that also same point. How much tax you have to pay? That depends on how much money you have earned, or how much profit you got. How much profit you got, you will come to know only if you are keeping the accounts in proper way. If you are not keeping the accounts in proper way, you cannot identify how much profit you got, and also you will not be able to say how much tax you have to pay. Fifth point, valuables of the business. Valuations of the business. Valuations of the business means, suppose after certain numbers of years, if you are going to sell the business, by physically seeing your business, you cannot tell that this much is price, 5 lakhs or 6 lakhs. Not like that. Accounts will say how much is the actual price. Physically, by seeing the room or the goods, the seller who is buyer who is ready to buy, he cannot identify the actual price of the business. So, by seeing the notebook only, it is possible to know. Decisions making, that also I already explained. If you want to take any decision related to the accounts, related to the financial matters, then you have to go through the accounts. Everything your paper will say. Without paper, no one will believe. What is telling the paper? Means By seeing the accounts, those who are accounting or those who will complete the CA, they will be able to understand by seeing the notebook or the accounts what is actually the positions of the business. So that is called decisions you have to take on the basis of the accounts, evidence, proof. It is not like that whatever I am going to write in the notebook that is correct. I told that one, you are running the business, you are keeping the accounts of your business. So it is not like that whatever you are thinking you cannot write, not like that. Suppose a machine which you purchased of rupees 50,000 and you wrote it is 40,000, not like that. Expense either you can reduce or expense or you can write more, increase or decrease, not like that. The transactions whatever you are writing, each transaction will have some proof or evidence. Without evidence transactions, whatever amount you wrote, it will not be accepted. So you don't think that one. Maybe you are thinking, sir, which way we are doing, we will write in different way, not like that. Every transactions will have some documents or the proof, it's called evidence. Comparison with the past operations. Last year, how much you have purchased goods? Last year, how much you have sold the goods? Year before last year, how much you have purchased the goods? Year before last year, how much you sold the goods? Whether it is increased, your sale is increased or decreased, this you have to compare. Only to target is there to improve your business, you have to compare and you have to identify, you have to find out the fault or the mistakes, why it is not increased, and that you have to rectify, you have to correct it. Moral control, in these accounts are in a written form and these are used as evidence. Thus, the changes of the fraud made by the employee are reduced. The accountant assists to keep the moral control over the employee. Employee, those who are working in this business, sometimes they are, maybe the mistakes it is done by them. So that can also be controlled. And the corrective measures. Corrective measures means, suppose if it is anywhere it is required to do the corrections, or how much is that also you can do the corrections. Here I am telling, in practice it is so happened that the business suffered due to some past decision made by the owner or the management of the business. Suppose management has taken decision last time or the owner has taken decision but it became wrong decision. Due to the taking wrong decision last year, your sale became reduced. Now you came to know why the sale is reduced. Now you have to rectify it. That much chance you will get it. Page number 6. The 6th point, limitations of accounting. There are 6 points are there, but all the 6 points you will not able to understand. That orally overall I want to give that one so that you can understand what is called the limitations or the disadvantages. One is coming non-financial character. In business accounts, you are taking only for monetary transactions. How much goods are sold, how much goods are purchased, how much salary you paid to employee. But what is the character of this employee? Whether employee is the honest person or dishonest person, employee is a good person or employee is a bad person, that is not possible to identify through the accounts. I think you do not understand. Once again let me say, the person how much you are paying salary to him, you paid salary 5,000 per month. In a year you paid 5,000 into 12. How much you pay? Suppose 5,000 you are paying, then 12 months you are paying, total you paid 60,000. To whom? To Mr. X. Salary. But how is Mr. X? What is his character? Whether he is an honest person or dishonest person, whether he is a good person according to your nature or not, that it is not possible to identify through accounts. Stable value of money. Stable value of money means, suppose a machine which you purchased on 1/1/16, a machine which you purchased on 1/1/16, which cost was suppose 7,000. And now 1/1 suppose 2021. You are writing the machine cost is suppose 50,000. How? Now depreciation. Depreciation means it is reduced. The machine which you purchased on 1/1/16, that time it was 70. Now it became 50. How? Because as you are using the machines, the price became reduced. How much? That you do not know. Estimated value. How much you reduce? You reduce 12,000. But exactly it is not 20. It may be less than or more than that. That is the disadvantage of accountancy. Sometimes you have to approximate amount you have to take. Historical transactions, sometimes it may be the wrong. Some of the cases, some evidence where you will not get, if it is not possible to get the evidence from all. I told the previous one point that you have to get the evidence, documents. But if you are taking a cup of tea, you will not get evidence. If you are buying a machine, you will get the proof, bill. But if you are buying or taking a cup of tea or biscuits, that bill you will not get. Evidence everywhere you will not get. The evidence of this market value, what I was explaining, the market value. That is disadvantage. Page number 6. Fourth point, avoidance of market value. Actually, you should know what is called the market value and what is called the cost value or the cost price. This you have to compare, then only you will be able to understand the point. Market value means what? If I give the example so that you can understand, suppose a machine which was purchased on 1/1/16, cost of rupees 70,000. A machine which was purchased by you on 1/1/16 of rupees 7,000. As you are using the machines, that is reduced, its price is reducing. How much? How much exactly you will not able to understand until and unless if you are not selling the machines. But you are not selling the machine in the second year or in third year or in fourth year. But you are using the machines. But machine cost became slowly reducing. Why? You are using. Every one of you know that assets, if you are using certain assets, not all, that price, market price is reduced. Suppose you have taken decision that every year approximate or estimated 5,000 I will reduce. Suppose the first year you reduce 5,000 and according to your book or in your notebook, its price is 65. Second year, suppose again you have reduced 5,000 and your price became 60,000. Suppose third year, again you reduce 5,000, its price became 55. Like that it is going on. Suppose after third year, you have taken decision that you are going to sell the machines. When you are going to sell the machines, that price at present, the price in your notebook is 55. You can get more than 55. Suppose you can get 57, or you can get less than 55. Suppose you can get 53. This is called MP, market price. This is called cost price or book value. This is called book value. According to your book, according to your estimated, the price is 55. But if you are going to sell in the market, you may get more than 55 or less than 55. So you are keeping the accounts according to your book value, not the market price. That is the disadvantage. I will come to details afterwards, but this much you know, what is going actual price in the market, that we are not following, but cost price we are following. That is called, next point, use of estimate. This is how much depreciation you are deducting, 5,000. But exactly you do not know, it became more or less than 5,000. It became 6,000, it became 4,000 also. That is called estimate. Sometimes so many places you have to estimate the certain money. Dual standard, you have to show the effect in each and every business transaction, dual effect. But certain cases we are not using the dual effect. What is called the dual effect? That is called double effect. That will come afterwards. Details, whatever I told you in this video, then once again I want to repeat it. The page number 2, the point number 3, characteristics of the accountant, 7 points are there. Page number 4, fourth point, objectives of accounting, 9 points are there. Page number 5, at point number 5, advantage of accounting, 10 points are there. And page number 6, the point number 6, the limitations of accounting. This much you will go through from your book, once or twice you read. I know that one. All the points you will not understand in details, but what I told in my video, that also you will follow. Next video you will get slowly more interest, because slowly I will start the practical sides in this next video, which will start from the page number 10, the point number 9. Before starting this practical, some of the terms we are using in accountancy, that terms I will explain. When I will explain these terms one by one, that also will pay attention very carefully, so that it will be easy for you to understand the practical sides. Hope you are understanding. Even though if you do not understand in any place, directly you can call me and you can clear your doubt. Hope you are understanding. Okay? Bye. All the best.